people called the envoys of Kmir the dark carriages. As a rule, they were representatives of various mystical races, the appearance of which was never purposeless. As far as Jack knew, dark carriages had not appeared in Silver Cauldron in the entire 300-year history of the county. And the fact that its goal apparently was their house was something absolutely fantastic and impossible. Moreover, it was very frightening. What do they need? They need you, Master Jack. They want to see you. They said that they would announce the purpose of their visit only in your presence. Jack almost sat down. He was frightened not so much by what he heard, but more by a memory that flashed in his head. He did not think about it very often, for the last 6 years only at the Feast of Berries, which did not seem cheerful to him since he was a kid. It was a memory of that eerie, ghostly encounter, which, regardless of whether it was in reality or only imagined to him, still lived in his mind, sometimes causing inexplicable anxiety, and sometimes even worse, causeless soul-stirring confusion. This was exactly what he was most afraid of, that the news brought by Linda and the ominous encounter 10 years ago was somehow connected. However, right now, fear was the last thing that could help him find out the truth. I will be back as soon as I bring the herd in. Go and tell them. The old solid house, a heavy 2-story structure with powerful grey walls, looked like a festive stage at the Berries Festival. At least half of the county surrounded it, and everyone was so quiet that it was more like a funeral than a festive gathering. In front of the house towered a dark carriage. It was a large, incredibly luxurious vehicle, upholstered in some unusual maroon metal on the corners, with huge gilded wheels and shiny, impenetrable windows. No one had ever dreamt of such beauty in Silver Cauldron, but now the attention of the residents was grabbed by something else. Everyone looked with bulging eyes at the horses harnessed to it, which in fact were not horses at all, for they were the real unicorns, unnaturally big, powerful, with a magnificent snow-white mane, sharp horns in the middle of the forehead, and sparkling blood-red eyes. There were as many as 5 of them. They stood in noble calm in front of the house, without showing any embarrassment because of the stunned looks directed at them. Jack himself was shocked at the sight of this picture, but it caused him not admiration, but only even greater fear. He found his mother and Herbert in the living room, the biggest and most well-kept room in the house, where they usually received rare guests. There was a beautiful carved fireplace, upholstered furniture bought by their father at Selina's wish many years ago, as well as a variety of cute little things that gave the room a rather pretentious look. Jack did not like what was happening at first sight. First he saw Herbert standing at the window on the far side of the living room with such a gloomy, tense look that it immediately became clear that he, too, found the situation very disturbing, to say the least. Then Jack saw his mother, and there was no hope for a positive outcome at all. Selina was sitting on the sofa in the center of the room, completely absorbed in studying a small elegant chest that stood on the table in front of her. The chest looked as if it was covered with pure gold, and different jewels shimmered inside it, lavishly inlaid with precious stones. Jack had never seen such treasures in his life, and yet he felt that the stones were genuine. It did not make him any happier. As it turned out, only one person came to visit them. It was a tall, slim man of about 30. At least, that is what he looked like outwardly, with hair of color of dried blood and a very serious, calm face. When he looked at Jack, the latter inwardly shuddered. The man had very distinctive eyes, with pale green whites and purple black pupils, opaque black pupils. It was a lurk. Jack had read about them a long time ago in an old library book. The lurks were a respected clan in Kmir, but very weak at the same time. Their strength lay mainly in their extraordinary mental abilities, which opened the way for them to high positions in the homes of the more powerful residents of Kmir. Some of them even entered into a contract of unification with their high-born overlords, which somewhat limited their freedom, but at the same time gave them greater protection and a higher status in the noble system of the enchanted kingdom. Jack could not utter a word, looking into those piercing mythical eyes and hearing the tinkling of gold producing by his mother, who forgot herself in delight. Fortunately, the guest saved him from having to start the conversation. "Good morning, Your Excellency." His voice was as imperturbable as his face, and the same implacable and confident in the significance of every word he uttered. "My name is Neandersham. I am a loyal servant and advisor to Count Malfred Ellermont, a powerful vampire from the clan of Black Knights who lives in Diamondic Castle in the southern forest of Kmir. This gift," he nodded in the direction of shocked Selina, "was sent by Count Ellermont to your mother to show you honor and respect. He also hopes to make a good impression on you." "What does he want?" Jack blurted out, unable to contain his anger and anxiety. Such a sharp attack, as it was expected, did not confuse Neandersham at all. Without showing the slightest dissatisfaction, he replied in the same calm manner. "Count Ellermont wishes you to become his lawful spouse and move to Kmir, to his possessions, as soon as possible."